Hello! I played some Halo 4 and I actually had a really good time. I was playing Ricochet with Rachel and Dan, and this was the first game we played, so we didn't really know what was going on, didn't really know the rules. If you haven't played Ricochet before, it's kind of like Assault, although I think the game recognises it as an oddball game type. After a few wins, the commendation popped up for Oddball Victory Master or something, which was a bit weird. Obviously they've used aspects from Oddball and that's what the game recognises it as. Although it is a lot more similar to kind of Assault, kind of Griffball kind of thing, but you can throw the ball. Throwing the ball is with left trigger on my button scheme. I play Bumper Jumper. I've always, well, nearly always used Bumper Jumper. There was a time when I played default on Halo 3, but as soon as I switched to Bumper Jumper there was no looking back, and I've played that in all the other Halos since, just because I'm so used to it now. I don't really want to switch and go back. I think the default one for Halo 4 has melee with right bumper, which is a lot better. It makes a lot more sense. I'm guessing they'd have armor ability on left bumper maybe. That would be useful for jetpack and stuff. But since I play claw and like my right index finger also does the A, B, X and Y, holding X to use the jetpack's kind of fine for me. I mean, it was a bit awkward at first when you were trying to get used to it, especially because I've got like quite stubby fingers, stupid fat hands. But yeah, so using jetpack with my right index finger is kind of fine. And I don't want to like unlearn bumper jumper, because once I get used to it, I'm not really affected by that in Call of Duty or something. Like if I play Call of Duty, going back to Halo 3 is fine for the fine control wise for me. But if I go on Halo 2 using the 360 controller, for example, where A is jump, and that really confuses me because like I don't know, I get into kind of like a Halo mindset. And bumper jumper kicks in, and if I have to relearn default, then I get back on Halo 3, and then I'm still thinking in the default frame of mind, and it's just all I get easily confused. So yeah, I play bumper jumper on Halo 4. Now Ricochet, you don't need the Bullseye map pack to play, which I was surprised at. We wanted to play Capture the Flag or Dominion or something, but both of those playlists had gone. I'm not sure if that's a permanent thing or if it was just like the server being a bit weird, but I couldn't find them anyway. So we played some Ricochet because it was available, and it was one of the new ones that I was kind of interested in. And the way it works is you get 50 points if you run the ball in, and 20 points if you throw it in. So after this game, when we kind of worked out how to play, my teammates started just running the ball in for 50 points, and you win so quickly if people do that. Everyone else seems to throw it in like I was doing in this game. Which is only worth, well, running in's worth 2.5 times as much. So that's like 5 quick scores and you've won the game. And it works a lot better than throwing it in. And that allowed me also to start like getting crazy kills and just being the slayer while my teammates played the objective. But in this game, I was going for achievements to even out my gamer score. I got a previous achievement in Halo 4, which was like it ended in a 7 points or something, which is a strange one like that. There's some games that do that. Like Reach had one for, I think it was a DLC invasion map, and you had to either hold the first wave or destroy as the attacking team all the objectives, and that was quite a hard one to get. Mainly because that map never ever came up, so I'm glad I got it within like when there was still the DLC specific playlist, because I mean that would be so annoying to get now. I don't think it'd be possible to get now because it's an invasion on a DLC map, and I'm not sure how many people are still playing Reach. It might be a few actually, I'm not sure. But yeah, I'm glad I got that when I did. That was also the one that was evened out by getting the stockpile one where you capture all the flags, which wasn't too bad. I got that a couple of times playing with friends. If you have team, it's fine. Speaking of team achievements and multiplayer achievements, in Battlefield 3 Endgame, I think it was the Endgame DLC, there was an achievement for giving the flag carrier a ride in your helicopter, which was probably the most annoying achievement on that game, because helicopters are really rare and you have to play like a right. You have to play really annoyingly if you want to get a helicopter. You have to camp on the helicopter spawn or wait for it to respawn and then spawn on it, and it's just a really bad way to play. And then you have to do that in Capture the Flag, which isn't my favourite game mode in Battlefield 3. And you also have to get the flag carrier to get in your helicopter. And I eventually got it after about 2 days of solid matchmaking. Our flag carrier just made like a detour on his way to return to capture the flag, hopped in my helicopter for a second and then jumped straight back out, which was really nice of him. I didn't actually get his gamer tag, but I'm so grateful to that guy because I mean, I had spent so long trying to get that achievement, and it's such a like he obviously knew that that was the achievement. I just kind of like landed in front of him, hoping he'd hop in, and he did, and then jumped straight back out again. So yeah, I was really grateful to that guy. Halo 3 had decent achievements. I was listening to Rooster Teeth podcast, and they seemed to think that the perfection achievement was unattainable, which amused me because they're people who play video games for a living, and all you have to do is really sit at the back on the sandbox and don't die. So I thought that was one of the easier ones. The hardest one for me on Halo 3 was the 2-for-1 achievement in Lone Wolves. Although I've picked it up a couple of times, it's so, like, everything has to come together. It's so situational, it's so annoying. I really don't like those kind of multiplayer achievements. Like there's one in this one which is assassinate the ball carrier in Ricochet from 5 meters out of your own goal, which maybe I could have got there, but like, first thing, he can't be facing you, so that's like, why would he not try and beat you down because it's a one-hit kill with the ball. Then they actually have to be trying and running it in, which everyone seems to try and throw at him, and then you actually have to kill him. So, and the amount of times that I've tried to assassinate people and just beat them down, or like old school assassinate without the animation, and vice versa actually. In Reach, I think my bumper was messing up in Reach because every time I try and assassinate, it would just do the quick one where you don't get the special animation, and every time I wanted just to pick up a quick kill because there were loads of guys around, it would go into the really long animation. So that was a bit annoying. I must have been doing something wrong. In this game of Halo 4 I was starting to use the BR, and the 4-shot BR is really powerful. You can kill so quickly. Like there's still a couple of maps where I prefer the DMR, like Solace, or that really bad map, not Citadel, Complex. Yeah, those ones, the DMR is still good, but like I'd probably start with a BR and then try and pick up someone's DMR, or a DMR that's just around the map. Just because the BR is so strong at medium and close ranges. But I didn't have a bad time playing. It was very enjoyable. Maybe it's just because I was playing with a team again. Makes a massive difference, especially when, like I say, they're the ones playing the objective, so I can just pad my stats, which is what I like to do on Halo 4. And yeah, like on Halo 3 I'll play for the win. I think that's probably why I wasn't enjoying Halo 4 as much when it first came out, just because I was trying to play it like as though it were Halo 3, when the games are so different. Like I should play it as a whole different game, which is what I start to do. Like I've put the jetpack back on. There was a stage where I tried to make it as close to Halo 3 as I could, so I took off jetpack and added like the one where you get nades back, and tried to make it pretty much like default settings for Halo 3. But yeah, since I've stopped doing that and I've just started playing Halo 4 as a completely different non-Halo game, it's been pretty fun. There probably won't be very many more videos. I just wanted to put this one out because I got a new highest overall score. I think it was 1095, and that beat my previous best. I didn't do better kill death wise. I died 12 times and only got 53 kills. But I was trying to play the objective and I was going for achievements, so I was feeling like I was having a good game. I wanted to put it up. That's the reason this one made the cut. And I wanted to do a commentary over something instead of just having the live commentaries that have been out a lot recently. I think this is mid-death spree at the moment. This is the one I talked about earlier. If I mentioned that earlier, I don't know. I went on a bit of a death spree in the middle of the game. But I think that's over now. And I start... have I picked up my 3rd point? No, I don't think so. Sorry, I haven't. I've only been paying slight attention to the preview screen. But yeah, in this game there were a couple of good players on their team. Dog of Jesus knew what he was doing, and Cold Mouse also. I tried to avoid those guys. It's such a douchey way to play, but I tried to avoid those guys if I could, and only challenge the other guys one-on-one, just so it didn't affect my kill death ratio too badly. I'm trying to really bring that up on Halo 4. Like just kind of like a mini game, a game within a game. Oh, here's the 3rd score. Running round, one shot, get the ball off. So close, yeah. So that was the 3rd score for the achievement. But yeah, so like on Call of Duty as well, my little mini game was trying to get as many EMPs as I could. Just because most people were going for nukes on Modern Warfare 2. So I decided just to go for EMPs, which are kind of useless. I mean, whenever the other team EMP'd us, I was just glad that he probably didn't have nuke on as well. And in this game I'm just going for to try and get my kill death ratio up as well as my win loss ratio. Like, it's hard to judge how good someone you've never played with before is. So what I do usually is I just multiply the win loss ratio by the kill death ratio. Because I mean, it's all very well and good having like a kill death ratio of 5 or 10 or something. But then if you go to their win loss ratio and it's on like, and they quit out of every game that they're losing, and their win loss ratio is only like 0.3 or something. I don't know if I'd consider that person a good player, because he obviously picks his matches and picks his lobbies. Like on Call of Duty, it's crazy how many people are on a win loss ratio of less than 1. Like, I know they're good players, but it's just they might rage quit all the time or something, or they'll just play Ground War, Dominion, and no, not Dominion. What's it called on COD? On Domination, and maybe quit out of any lobbies where they're against good people, or just not play the objective. And I just find that a bit strange, because I'm certainly someone who usually, I know I've probably put a lot of gameplays where it hasn't been the case, but I would play for the win over playing for a kill death ratio. There are exceptions to that, obviously, like games where I really I'm either not very good at or don't particularly care about them, or both. So that'd be games kind of like Chivalry or Team Fortress 2, where win-loss ratio is not tracked, kill-death ratio is not tracked, it's just about having good fun. So you might spend games on like those kind of games, just talking away in the chat. I spend quite like the majority of my PC games, well, not the majority, but a large amount of the times that I play PC games, the most fun I have is just by talking to the people in chat, either trolling or just messing around with. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed. 53 for 12, new high score. Goodbye.